Welcome to Live Edge, episode number next. I'm Matt.
I'm Amy.
Welcome to the show. And on this episode, we're going to do some woodworking Q&A. So if you have questions, you can put a Q and drop that question in there. We can talk woodworking, social media, all that good stuff. And then we're also going to talk about our 731,000 subscriber giveaway. And we're giving away a bunch of tools and some really good ones too.
Before we get started, let's welcome Sarah Williams to our One Before Supporter Club. Sarah,
thank you.
Glad to have you. Make sure you fill out the thing to get your 2 Before Nation sticker. There should be a link.
Yep, right. There's a link on the member-only live stream that was just before this one. You can find that on the community tab on my YouTube channel.
The thing will not let me scroll.
Time to start, Brandon says. So, so we hit 731,000 subscribers a few weeks ago now. And we had a trip in there, and it just took me a few minutes or a few weeks, I guess, to get the giveaway set up. So how do you enter that giveaway? We'll go over it a couple of times in the stream because as we go on, there'll be more and more people joining. But the easiest way, there's a link in the description of this video. So if you're watching it on the replay, just make sure you get into that description. Be sure and read those rules. And it's very, very important to note, I will not reply to a comment that you make on this video. I will not send you a DM on social media telling you you've won anything. I will never ask you to pay for shipping. People have been scammed in those ways before.
Yep. Because
unfortunately there are scammers out there, but we're not going to contact you that way. The only way you're going to be contacted by me is after the giveaway ends on April 15th. The next day, I will email you with the email address that you used to enter the giveaway and let you know if you won. Yeah, if you won, you'll get an email. So,
Brandon, I cannot say your last name, Camanillas. Welcome to our One Before Supporter Club. Make sure you also fill out the thing to get your sticker.
Yep,
I'll get this out to you guys.
If you don't know what the channel members are, it's the join button right here on YouTube. If you click that, there's levels you can join. And you support us directly, but that gives you behind the scenes content, member only videos.
Thank you, Brandon.
Early access to videos like the G-Sharp sharpening jig that I released on Sunday that sold out in 3 hours. You would have got early access, 24-hour early access to that. So you could get in on those before the public sells them out on that kind of stuff.
David Cook, welcome to our One Before Supporter Club. And of course, it's not going to play. Damon Bauer, always giving me trouble, has been a member of our One Before Supporter Club for 49 whole months. And he says, welcome to the 731 family.
You know how many months we've been doing this live stream?
Has it been 49?
49 months.
And STL Woodworking just gifted 10 of our memberships. And those went to Alien Leader, Eric Bauer, Ray G, Trevor McNichols, Kyle Watts, J.R. Riggs, Ball 7 Farms, Russ Mass 42, Derek Bergschneider. I think I did pretty good on that one. I think
that was good.
And Kryptonite. I think I did all right on those, right?
Yep, I like it. So let's talk about the tool deals of the week. I need to echo. I need that voice thing. Tool deals of the week.
Tool deals of the week.
All right, so this week we got some pretty good deals going on. If you don't know, I post deals every day on my website, and I have a daily deal email. If you enter the giveaway, one of the ways you can get extra entries is to sign up for that daily deal email. But I send those out every single morning between 8 and 9 a.m. is usually when I get through posting deals on the website. But if you ever wonder what's the deals going on, you just go to my website, 731woodworks.com. And if you click on the tool deals button, that's right there front and center, it's going to open up that page. And so, how did I do that? There we go. So on this page, this will be new every day when you log in, but that's where one of the giveaways is, or not one of the giveaways. One of the ways you can find the entry to the giveaway is on this website. But the deals this week, we got some 25% off mag jig. It's pretty rare that we see this much off of mag jigs. And when I'm talking about mag jigs, if you haven't seen these, we're talking about drill press fences. I have one of those. They're fantastic. And then different feather boards and ways you can make jigs with those magnetic jigs that turn on and off. It's really cool. Today only, expiring at midnight tonight, Works is having a sale at Lowe's. You can get 60% off their workbenches, like that folding Works workbench. I have 2 of those. They're fantastic. Or some of these other sawhorses and things like that. There's some other deals going on here that I get asked about all the time, especially the Milwaukee track saw deal. 15% off right now. I think that ends April 2nd, tomorrow. So you have a couple, a little while, about 36 hours left on that one. Skill table saw is down to $281, which is a pretty good deal. I've seen it down to $275. I haven't seen it much lower than that, so it's a really good deal. And then on our cutting board kits, charcuterie kits, we have 10% off. This is the first time we've had a sale on these. And so if you're looking for kits, wood kits, good quality hardwood kits, mailed to you, You should check these out. And also the epoxy is also on sale, so you can make those river boards and things like that. So those are also on sale. And then if you don't know, I started this last month, April I did have March, but now I have April deals at both Home Depot and Lowe's that you can check out. And I update these every single day on these posts. So you can come back and see that there'll be a new deal here tomorrow or new deals added. There's whatever you can find as far as tool deals goes at these two locations. And then lastly, this is on sale. The DW735X is down to $599. It's $200 off currently. And this doesn't go on sale very often, probably 3 or 4 times a year. So if you're in the market, go check that one out. All these are on my website, 731woodworks.com. But let's talk about that giveaway. We got any questions
Well,
yet?
hold on. It's always the quiet ones. Glad that you are back on a live with us. He said it's been a while. And then there's a question from, where'd it go? Spalty's Life says, who gets the text when I text back on the deal's text message?
Me, if I see it. There's 10,000 people on that text list.
He does try to respond back.
And so every day I'll go through and look on there. And then a lot of times I get the wrong text. People text me as if I'm their spouse or what do you want for dinner tonight? And if you do that, you're going to get a reply.
He likes to reply. So they're going to do it on purpose now.
But yeah, I'm the only one that sees those texts. Nobody else does.
I don't even see them.
Yeah, she doesn't. I don't even think she has to log into it. But
I don't.
I see them. If you reply to those texts, I'll see them.
Busy Bee says, I joined Sawdust Startups a week ago today. It has already helped me in many ways.
Awesome.
Plus, the community support is like no other. I'm really grateful for it and look forward to growing my business. Thank you.
We
That's
are
awesome.
absolutely over the moon of the community there. If you don't know, Sawdust Startups is our private coaching community where we coach woodworkers on how to grow their business and how to make money with their woodworking. If you're interested, you can go to school.com. That's SKOOL.com /Sawdust Startups. I'm sorry. It's a 7-day free trial. You can jump in and look at it, join the community. Absolutely amazing how when you got over 600 people in there, all banded together, trying to help each other grow, it is amazing.
It is. Jeffrey Layfield says, these sales are killing me. LOL.
Yeah.
He says LOL.
Well, I'm just trying to help. All right, so let's talk about the giveaway real quick. We can revisit it.
Was that Kyle Watkins that got the 2 Before Nation or another Kyle? Let's see. On the 2 Before Nation stickers?
Yeah.
Let me look. While he goes over that, I'll look.
So if you go to my website, you can look at the current deals on this giveaway that we got going. Somebody had just asked, have I seen the new Evolution Table Saw? I just reviewed that like 2 weeks ago on the channel, so you can go check that out. It's absolutely awesome. They're also sold out, from what I've been told, until June of 2025. So you'll have a few more months wait on those before they can get more in stock. I didn't know they were going to sell that fast, but I knew that they would probably sell. I even said in the video that these are probably going to sell out. And so one of the things we are giving away is the Evolution Table Saw from that giveaway, or from that video that I made. So that saw is actually going to be in the giveaway. And then also we have a Hercules Table Saw, 10-inch table saw that will be in that giveaway. Metabo 36-volt track saw. I think it's 36, isn't it? 36? It's a multi-vote. So whatever those are, it's in there. A Bauer shop vac and a Cyclone bucket separator together will be in that giveaway. We got the Rockler dust extractor in there. We got 2 RIDGID 18-volt SubCompact bandsaws, which is what you see in the picture right there. We have a RYOBI 18-volt sander. We have 3 of the SubCompact sanders from RIDGID. Those sanders are awesome. So there's going to be 3 of those. A RYOBI LED light, a RYOBI 20-piece wall organization kits. I cannot talk tonight. But if you haven't seen these RYOBI link stuff, they're really nice. I have several of them in the shop that are on the wall. And so that actual kit is going to come in with that giveaway. We got a RYOBI 18-volt battery.
That was Cal Wax. I don't know if I'm saying that right. WACHS. That was gifted the membership. He was asking, so gotcha. I didn't want you to go too far.
RYOBI Rotary toolkit and a RYOBI Reciprocating Saw. Plus, there's probably going to be more. I'll say there's going to be more to come because I haven't fully taken inventory of what's in the shop that I'm going to be giving away. There may be a Bosch track saw in there. I haven't decided if I need to let that go quite yet because I got another review coming up and I need to keep that around to kind of compare it to. But if not, it'll be in a future giveaway. So we have a lot of really good tools to give away this time. And it's just a way for us to give back to you guys, and we just really appreciate you.
R&R Woodworking just gifted 5 memberships, and those went to Andy Nestor, John Marshall, Kevin Dorr, Mater's Workshop, And Philip Quinn. Thank you so much, Arnold.
David, that was you, huh? David said that was funny on the text of what do you want for supper. So he accidentally texted that. So if you don't know, I got a text deal list. You can text this number right here. Text the word deals to this phone number you see on your screen, and it signs you up. When I find really, really good deals, I'll text them out, or you can sign up for the email and or both, because some of the times I'll send out emails and not text, because if they're not just like over the moon deals for the I won't, like if they're not like extremely rare deals, I won't usually send those out unless it's on the text. Or I'll send the rare deals out on the text, but you also get them on the email list. Anyway, I'm gonna land the plane.
We were all wondering that.
He texted and asked what I want for supper. I'm assuming he was meaning to text someone else, right? And I was like, I don't know. I eat at 3:30, or I eat pretty early at about 3:30. But if you're buying, let's do it. I'll tell you, if you message me wrong, I'm gonna text you.
Mark Fink, this is his first time at a live chat. He says, "Wow,
welcome."
We're glad to have you, Mark.
Curtis Boozer says, "Best battery brad nailer." So I've used the RYOBI brad nailer and I have a RIDGID brad nailer. Both those are fantastic. The RYOBI Airstrike brad nailer is actually very surprising. I'm even letting the contractors borrow mine while they're working on our ceiling, having some stuff done, and they brought the wrong nailer, and it was like, I got one. So I went and got the RYOBI, and they're like, oh, this is nice. And they've been using it for 2 days now. So it's really good. I like it a lot.
Hey, JS Genesis, I don't think I've seen your name on here.
In a little bit.
Yep. He says, how are you kids doing?
First day says, I just corrected my brother. He said, we need to go get some 2x4s. I said, nope, we need some 2x4s.
2x4s.
Get it right. Ryan says, it's first time watching in a long time. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. James Nino has been a member for 38 months of our One Before Supporter Club and says you are almost at 750K subscribers.
Yep.
Congrats.
We
almost there.
Got a good little growth going. We appreciate you guys.
I know, by the time we're going to get to have a 731
celebration. We may be at 800. Maybe an 800 celebration.
Maybe.
Toss in the 12-volt Milwaukee Orbital. Still playing with that one. Well, actually, you know what? I got two. I'll throw one of those in to give away.
Why'd you buy two?
Well, I bought both stroke rates.
I bought 2 pairs of shoes, so they're 2 different colors.
Alien Leader says, any turning tools or accessories not in the giveaway? We don't have any turning tools or accessories.
I don't think we do. I'll look. We may have some that I'm not using, because I bought a lot of different ones. I may have some blanks or something in there.
Yeah. But
I don't know if that would make it. I don't know. I'll look and see. I'm not sure we have any.
Hey, Matt, welcome back.
But it may be something that we do when we have our 731 celebration. Yeah. That's going to be way after 731. But maybe at $1 million. Andy says, who knows? Whew. Philip, I am not going to be working on the laser until this summer. My daughter and I are actually going to learn it.
Learn it together.
And right now, it's not even in a spot
accessible,
where it can be used because
been buried by other stuff.
We've got some construction going on in our house, and since that's nobody's bedroom, like I can barely get in there to ship right now. It's a mess.
Nick says, you're murdering my wallet. Every time we make a video, I have to say everything. I cannot buy something. I like to pick out the good stuff.
How do you qualify for the drawing? They want to know.
So it's free to enter so long as you're 18 years or older and you live in the continental U.S. And the reason for the U.S. only is there's some provinces in Canada, there's some countries outside of the U.S. that it's actually against their laws to have a giveaway without written express consent and all this other stuff. So we have to keep it inside. And shipping a table saw, just an individual trying to ship a table saw overseas would be way more than the table saw cost, and so it would just be very, very expensive. So we have to keep it inside the U.S. But that's really all. And if there's a link in the description to enter, or you can go to my website, 731woodworks.com, and click on the Tool Deals button, and inside that Tool Deals post, the giveaway will be there. We're drawing live on this live stream at 6 p.m. Central Time on April 15th, so 2 weeks from tonight. And you do not have to be present to win, but we would love to have you if you're available.
Yep. It's always the quiet ones. Wants to know how the weather is here. It's been
not bad. It's kind of warm.
Been actually kind of warm. He said they're getting snow in Denver. Ugh. I can't do the snow. It's been pretty good here. We've had some storms kind of come through. I think
Tomorrow's supposed to have some more.
Yeah, I think we're having more tomorrow, which really sucks because they have all of the lumber and stuff for what they're doing, and it's not the kind that can get wet. It's not lumber. It's
It's like sheeting and stuff.
Yeah, they have it all sitting outside, so I'm
Fire Night Phoenix says, if I were to make a door for a fence with pocket hole joiner, will it hold up to daily use and abuse? Yes, I think so. Use good outdoor glue, Type Bond 3, pocket hole joinery, be fine.
There was a question. I don't know where you're at, so
I'm catching up, but I'm still a little ways up.
there was a question. It was down here.
It's past the laser stuff.
Yeah.
Alien Leader says blanks would be cool, or a gift card.
Okay. We'll definitely do some right there.
This is not an April Fool's joke.
No, it is not an April Fool's joke.
I hate April Fool's Day. I hate getting on the internet on April Fool's Day because everybody's trying to make a funny post and none of it's funny. And you're like, oh, that would be, oh, wait, today's April 1st.
No, the worst thing about April Fool's Day is if you're a school teacher.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
With middle school students. And that's what I was.
Which one were you pointing at? The trim?
Right here.
Okay. What is the best trim router for someone on a budget, cordless? RYOBI. RYOBI, the new brushless 1 Plus HP would probably be really good. I've got the Hercules router, cordless router in my shop. I haven't tested it yet. I bought a kit a few weeks ago now, drill and driver and the router, but I haven't put it through the test yet, so I can't really speak to it. But you can also sign up for those deal emails or text alerts because often DeWalt and Milwaukee both put theirs on sale on really good sales. And so I would suspect that there would probably be some sales coming up, probably in July, probably when you're going to see some really good ones, but you never know. Sometimes they just drop random sales, especially Home Depot and Lowe's and things like that. So, but I would probably steer you toward RYOBI if you just want.
Jim Ross said, welcome to our One Before Supporter Club. Philip Perk says, try having your birthday be today.
That's terrible. Storm King says, how was the trip to New York? It was interesting.
It was amazing.
It was amazingly interesting.
It was so good.
So,
I almost put somebody in timeout.
When we booked our hotel and we got at the airport, got an Uber and got to the hotel, and we get out and walk up to the door and there's paper over it, and it says closed for renovations until June of summer of 2025. And we're like standing there with our bags. And we're like, what do we do?
Found another one though. It
2
was
blocks
all
away.
good.
It was fine. But
it was all good.
But after that, everything was good.
The food was amazing, and our daughter and her boyfriend had the best time. We wore them out.
Yeah, they can't keep up.
They cannot keep up.
Andy says, as expected, the G-Sharp jig was a victim of the outlaw effect. Yep, it was.
Yes.
The outlaw effect is what's been known as when I show something on video or a new video and it sells out pretty quickly. I knew that one would. I even told the channel members, I was like, if you want one, because they get 24 hours early access, give or take a few hours. I was like, if you want one, you better buy it because this one's going fast. And it did. It was like 3 hours.
Thank you, Joe Rivard. He says, love your shirts.
Thank you. Appreciate
it.
JP says, thank you for getting me back into woodworking. Now I have to find the time. Finding the time is always a challenge.
Mark Fink says, you guys are the best woodworking channel out there. You're so down to earth and you're human like us that makes mistakes.
Thank you.
Yes,
yeah,
I make a mistake.
I make mistakes
just
daily.
about every hour.
John says, have you ever tested the Rockler router table box joiner jig? I have not. You have to let me know how you like it when you get it.
Joe also said they got a foot of snow in Michigan. Whew. And New Mexico has snow too, Ripcord says.
Snow everywhere. Is it up here?
I don't think they do.
Who?
He's the one that said April Fools.
Oh. Have you seen and used a dual spindle doweling joiner? I think Grizzly and Triton make one. I haven't. I've got a very cheap one that I bought on Amazon, I think, in the shop, but I've not tried it yet.
David Corliss said they did get over 5 inches last week in Vermont, though.
Randall says ordered a Shipoko 5 Pro. Congratulations.
Sweet.
Congratulations.
Yep.
You'll like it.
It took Matt a little bit to learn.
I got frustrated at that.
CNC. I didn't.
You didn't think I was going to be able to, did you?
No, it wasn't that. I didn't think you were going to continue to try.
Yeah. I got frustrated and give up for a minute.
He got so frustrated at it.
She keeps scooching around. She's going to fall off.
Oh.
R&R says, if you get 1 million subscribers, will you give $100,000 or a Festool domino? We'll probably lean toward the domino. Or a saw stop.
That's so funny.
Kurgan says, first time on the live, trying to get started with the creative. I know work with what you have, but my answer right now is work with what you have. Unless you're missing PPE, then wait for a bit. Yeah, you need your protective equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Any idea when we'll have the parallel clamps back in stock? I'm dying, I think. I don't know because I don't have any contacts with Win at all. I've never talked to anybody there. My guess would probably be 2 to 3 months. The reason I say that is based on my experience when the outlaw effect happens and things sell out like that, it usually takes 2 to 3 months for these companies to get them back in stock because they have to tell the manufacturer or wherever their factories are at, hey, we need X number of units shipped. And then by the time they actually get shipped to America from wherever they're made at, it's usually 2 to 3 months, sometimes 4 months. And I've had people comment like, man, you're selling this stuff out so fast. You need to tell these manufacturers that you're fixing to do this. They wouldn't listen anyway. And then the ones that already know that I'm going to do it, they can only give so much stock to wherever. And it's just hard. It's just hard to meet demand when there's no way for them to know what the demand's going to be. Not really. Even if I can give them a best guess, which I actually have contact with very few companies. People don't think that, but we really don't. I have a contact with RYOBI / RIDGID and really Harvey. I don't do any Harvey videos or I do a few Harvey videos, but like I don't have a whole lot of contacts. Like I just don't. I just buy. I look and see what I like, and usually I buy it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll buy that, and kind of start getting an idea of what is kind of popular and what people would like to see, and take requests. Obviously, if you guys see something you want, but it's kind of like this.
Kyle Watkins said he tried to join, but Gleam thinks his name is William Gonzalez.
Well, that's different.
That is different.
I would use a different browser, or maybe try to do it in a private window or something and see if that'll fix it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Gleam can be a little iffy. I'm not a huge fan of Gleam.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what we've used, and I know how to use it, so that's why I continue to use it. But there are some glitches there. Somebody had earlier kept trying to do it, and it was given a screen saying it was, I don't remember, some error, something. You just have to keep trying.
Johnny Ulan says since he started watching 731, he's bought a new table saw, a planer, a spindle sander, a cordless DeWalt palm router, circular saw, drill, impact, track saw, and a bunch more.
Sounds fun. Sounds like you got a nice shop.
It does.
Kevin says, have you seen the Jessam Clear Cut Flex stock guides with the bow fence T-track brackets? I have not, but I'll have to check those out.
So sweetly.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you can see her.
Yeah, this is our pup. Usually in the mornings when I'm working, she's laying right here in this pillow in my lap. Lloyd's in the house, he says.
Goodness. She is the sweetest thing in the world sometimes, and the baddest thing in the world other times.
Lloyd says, what do you think about aftermarket batteries being used in DeWalt tools? Is it safe? I personally won't do that, but I've seen other people buy them. Those you can get some on Amazon that's obviously a knockoff that don't even say DeWalt or whatever battery platform you got. And some people like them. Like I've read through the reviews and they like, oh, work great. But I would just prefer because they go on sale so often. One thing you can do is look on woot.com, WOOT.com. It's an Amazon owned site and they put a bunch of their overstock there. And you can get really good deals on batteries there, or just Home Depot, Lowe's, Acme Tools, follow my deals page. Like there's a lot of ways to get good deals on batteries. I think I don't know what it was. It's probably WhatsApp.
Oh.
Bad guess.
It just keeps stinging.
HD says, does separator work good with a 55-gallon drum, even though they're made for a 5-gallon bucket? Is that a statement or a question? Not sure.
Don't know.
It should work. If you can adapt it, it should be fine.
Colton Yeager says, stop moving.
Oh, sorry.
First time joining your live. I love your videos, and most importantly, I love how you share your faith. God bless you guys.
Appreciate it.
I was trying to read it.
She fussing. She's
here. Come here.
Yeah, give me a break.
Come here.
It's her lap pup. That's Charlie, by the way, if you don't know. If you're just joining us, because there's a lot more people now that was before we talked about the giveaway. If you want to join the giveaway, there's a link in the description of this video. You have to be a U.S., you have to live inside the continental U.S., 48 states, and you have to be 18 years of age or older. And of course, follow all the rules. There's all those descriptors down there. Or you could just go to my website if you would rather do that. Go to 731woodworks.com. When you get there, you can you'll be on the home page on 731woodworks.com. You'll click the Tool Deals button, And if you're watching this tomorrow, there's going to be other deals on top of this. So it'll maybe on down in the screen, but you're looking for this page right here. And when you get in there, there's a button right there that you can just click to enter, but you absolutely have to read the rules. It's a rule. So make sure you read all these rules and make sure that you know that I will not reply to a comment on any video saying you've won something. I will
never ask for shipping.
I will not DM you on social media, because people will make accounts and use my logo and pretend it's me, and they'll misspell something, or they'll put some other character in there and act like it's me to try to scam you. That's not going to, don't fall for that stuff. The only way you're going to be notified you've won, one, you can watch the live stream in 2 weeks from tonight. So on April 15th and hear that you won. But if you're not able to make it, you don't have to be present to win. I'll email you the next day with the email address that you've used to enter the giveaway. But everything you see in the picture there, we are giving those things away and maybe some more things.
Dixon's Wood Shop. Y'all celebrate him. He just found out he's going to be a first-time grandpa.
Yay!
He said so excited.
We need a celebration
awesome,
team or
Dixon's.
something.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We'll give him one of them.
Yeah.
He got a new 2 member.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Trying to catch up on the comments here.
Bruce Connolly says you have new glasses and dark hair.
Yeah. Though these glasses aren't that new. The glasses make the hair look new.
He doesn't. He does.
I don't usually wear them on the stream. They usually wear these at night.
Yeah.
Says, hey, I saw your Evolution table saw. Yep, they sold out. I called Evolution. They said it was like June. Yep, same thing I've heard from Evolution themselves. They think it'll be June before they get back in stock. So that kind of goes with what I was saying earlier. When things like this sell out, it usually takes 2 to 3 months for them to restock and get back things. And I didn't have any contact with Evolution before I made that video. They reached out after I made the video and pointed out a few things about the saw. First and foremost, I talked about the throat plate having a little bit of flex in it. They actually make a 0 clearance throat plate that you can buy separately. That's heavier duty. It doesn't have that flex, according to them. And they also make a dado stack throat plate. So
Nick Hutchinson upgraded his membership to a 2x4 supporter.
well,
And Keith Allen, welcome to the 2x4 supporter club. Welcome.
Patrick says, I know you're a fanboy for woodpeckers, kind of. Says, my question is, what's your opinion on woodpeckers versus Jessam? I think they're very, very comparable. I'm a fan of Jessam too, a fanboy of Jessam too. I have a lot of their stuff in the shop. I have those sword T rulers in there. Like this last year, Jessam really did step up a lot and introduced a whole bunch of brand new stuff that they haven't been doing, like their hand tools. Fantastic tools. Top notch. They are on par with woodpeckers.
Mitch Marquez, that's awesome. It's an aspiring woodworker who's also in nursing school. That's
awesome.
That's a lot of hard work all at once. Yeah.
What's my favorite part of woodworking? He says, been following you for a while. I think it's just what a lot of people's favorite part is. It kind of just, it's like a creative process. It kind of a stress reliever, an escape type thing. A lot of people like just getting out there and starting making stuff, and you kind of get in your own world. Like a lot of people like that. She has a game she plays. She feels like that when she gets to dance and do her stuff.
It's my exercise,
it's her exercise, also, but she enjoys it, you know. And so I think
Beat Saber. I think y'all have ever heard of it?
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people like about woodworking, is just the escape part of it.
And just in case y'all are ever wondering, I'm actually a rock star when it comes to Beat Saber. So.
I agree, she is. Michael says, are you still bidding furniture? No, I'm not. Can we expect any videos in the near future? Yeah, you can expect videos, Lord willing, but not build videos. I'm focused mainly on the tools and things like that.
Only because the build videos takes up so much time now, and he's got so many other things going. Build videos take a very long time, and they don't return for us.
Yeah.
They don't get watched.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not as much as they used to. So we just kind of go with the flow.
Yep.
Trying to catch up. I think every time I think I'm catching up, I'm not. Wind parallel clamps. Rick says they are available at Lowe's. So check that out if you're looking for those wind parallel clamps.
What you talking about, girl?
Charlie says, hey, you two, watch every video you put out on YouTube. I do not have a planer. If I use biscuits to join lumber and clamps factory edge, do you think it will be level enough, straight enough to make a routed sign? You should be able to do that if it's all jointed and all that stuff. You should be able to.
Charlie is her name too. I named her after my cousin Charlie. He was my best friend growing up, so I love that name.
Dale Smith says, impossible to get noticed here, but I'm not going anywhere. It's not impossible.
Misty, I just realized why you text that. She texted me and said, "Can I have your autograph?" And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" It's because I'm a rock star on Beat Saber,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Suggestion on the best way to transport sheet goods if you do not have access to a truck. Where are you buying them from? And how much are you buying at a time? So you can rent a truck from Home Depot in most places for like $20 if you don't live too far from there. As far as other than that, you may have to borrow a vehicle or borrow a truck or have, maybe buy somebody's lunch to let them take you to the store and help you pick up something like that. And I know a lot of people take their saws to the Home Depot with them that have like SUVs or even cars and things like that. And they kind of know what pieces they're going to need or about size of pieces, and they'll break down the sheet goods in the parking lot and stack them into the vehicle that way. I've seen that done, actually.
Charlie, never. I would never say y'all are all dogs. She's not a dog either.
No,
she's a baby.
She's a baby.
My best friend, or my cousin, he was my best friend, Charlie. He's a really, really good guy. And so that's why I named her after him. We don't get to see each other. We live a long way from each other. Don't get to see each other anymore. So I miss him, though.
Yep.
I do. Matt's only got to meet him a couple of times.
Yeah, about twice, I think, actually.
Yeah.
David says
hey,
at Home
Paul
Depot,
is here.
Yeah, Home Depot rents vans that will transport sheet goods. Some will deliver too for a small fee.
Not in our area,
no,
but
not here,
we don't have one. So,
do you have a phone number that we can talk live? No, I don't give that publicly, but I do have consultations available on the website. You can go to 730woodworks.com and click on the Buy Plans button. And if you look inside there, there's consultations available if you'd like to talk. Micah says, I'm not one to comment, and this is the first live thing that I've ever seen. Just wanted to say I have gotten some useful guidance from y'all, starting from beginner or your router tips. Good.
That's
I'm glad
awesome,
it worked out.
Micah.
Appreciate you.
Is there a time when face grain becomes edge grain? Like, I don't know what that is. It's Gerard Martinez. I don't know if you see his.
No, I'm not there yet.
Is there a time when face grain becomes edge grain?
No. No.
I don't know that
Face of the board, edge of the board. If you cut strips, all these are still face until you turn them on the edge, and then all those are edge grain. Just how they cut it. I think. I could be wrong, but that's the way I'm thinking.
More Than Enough Woodwork says he would love to see oh, shoot. Hold on.
I got it right here.
Hold on. Do you know what time it was 2 minutes ago?
Power tip time.
Sorry. Okay. Answer him and then you go there.
I know you don't do build videos anymore, but I'd love to see you do a build for a new planter, something different from the old 2 to 3 fence pickets.
That was not what it was that
planter,
I had found.
It's that time of year. I don't know. I know that Matthew Peach has a bunch. R&R is on here. He did a planter with a light on top that was really cool. I would encourage you to check that one out. He is using pickets, but they are also really nice. And so he's one of our followers here.
The one I was looking at said, would love to see a comparison video between the Hercules 3-blade planer from Harbor Freight versus the Wind Spiral Head planer. Similar price points. Would love to see the difference.
I'm going to have to check those out.
That's the one I read of yours. Gotcha. More Than Enough.
Yeah, I was going to show this. If you go to YouTube, if you're watching this, you're on YouTube, and look for R&R Woodworking and Custom Engraving, the last video he put out. Picket, planter scam, got a Home Depot logo on the back, but you can see it in the back there. Mm-hmm. Those are the planters that he's making. They have a light on top. So those are pretty cool. And they're different.
Randy, I hope you're good with us throwing your face up there.
There it is. There it is. He don't mind.
No. I mean, the video's out there, so I don't think he would mind. You should have him over one night for a...
Yeah, that'd be cool. You should come over and do a guest host or guest star.
You got to totally do that, Randy.
I saw one. I was trying to pop over. The rule says ends August 24. I'll have to update those. They shouldn't say that. It should say ends April 15th. That was probably a copy and paste from the last giveaway, if I had to guess.
So it ends April.
This one does. It may be in the description of the video. I'll get it corrected, but it's April 15th.
Yes.
Appreciate you letting me know that.
Ooh, Fire Knight Phoenix has a really good question.
Okay.
In your opinion, what tool is the hardest tool to learn and master?
CNC was tough for me, and I still haven't mastered it by any means. Probably hand tools, but I'm not a hand tool guy, so I haven't really dove too deep into those. CNC is probably it. Yeah, CNC would probably be that for me. It's probably different for everybody, if I had to guess, but it's one of those things that just depends on what
Cal, I'm glad you were able to get entered. He said he was able to, to get in there,
deal.
so that's good.
I'm going to check the rules real quick on there.
Okay.
If I messed that up.
Sergio wants to know, do you park in the pro stalls? Sometimes I get dirty looks when I park in one. No, we've never done that. That's funny, though. People give you dirty looks. I'll tell you what, people are mean.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, and David Corliss was trying to tell us when it was power tip time. And then he said 2 minutes ago.
All right, so the power tip is, if you want to win some cool tools, you got to join the giveaway. And if you just joined us, there's a link in the description of this video where you can join it, or you can go to the website, 731woodworks.com. Click on the Tool Deals button. I have to redo it every time. Click on that Tool Deals button, and it's going to bring you to this page. If it's not here, it'll be down here somewhere in these deals, but you'll click there, and then there's a button to enter there. There's a few steps if you go to the website and join, but you'll be able to read all the tools and all that stuff, and also browse some of these awesome tool deals, all that good stuff. So that's
Gerardo, I can't say your name, dude. Mr. Martinez, he clarified. He wants to know, when it's square stock, how would you recognize face from edge when it's square? I cannot say your name.
That's a good question.
Okay, you think about that, and you can answer them. Paul Ellis said that Matt Peach also did a wishing well build video that was really good. Damon said somebody posted planters that looked like butterflies. That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It's an interesting spin, a way to set yourself apart, I guess. That's really cool.
Crane direction, yeah. True.
Who are you talking to?
STL.
Okay.
He said he answered.
Oh, good. Thank you, STL. Y'all, everybody, give STL some love in the chat. It's his anniversary.
Yeah, today's his anniversary. He's on a live stream.
On April Fools.
And he also has an awesome YouTube channel, so you should check him out as well.
And he's getting ready to build a big old shop that's been in the works for a while.
Look at the end grain and figure out which way the rings are. All square stock, all came from a round tree. Okay.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Oh, power tip.
I told him, enter the giveaway.
That's going to be your power tip?
Yeah, that's what I went through.
They want to know. They want a real power tip.
A real power tip.
Yeah. Can y'all tell his brain is tired?
Real power tip.
Yeah.
All right. And somebody actually mentioned this a while ago and says you don't have to be good to start, but you have to start to be good. I think that's a really good,
that is a really good
power tip. And I would tell you who it was, but it's way back up in the chat. So thank you for posting that earlier. But that's so true. And one thing that we was talking about in our Sawdust Startups community was kind of taking yourself outside your comfort zone is when people really start to grow either their skills or their business. And specifically the business part is what we've been talking about, but like talking to people about what you're building, letting people know, your friends, your family, people that you're standing in line with, or just people that you meet naturally and they say, what do you do? Or you say, what kind of work you do? And they tell you all about themselves and then say, what kind of work you do? Well, but I also create woodworking products on the side and I make chairs or I make cutting boards. That opens a door. And there was a guy that's in our group that did that at a church function. A guy was talking to him about what he did. And he says, well, this is what I do for work, but I also make products. And he said, can you make picnic tables? He said, yeah. He said, I can make those easy. And he said, okay. So I got several cabins being built. I may holler at you. And sure enough, 3 months go by and he never heard nothing from the guy. He gave him his card. 3 months go by. He gets a phone call and says, hey, I need 20 of those picnic tables. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. And so he ordered 20. And so now right now he's currently building 20 picnic tables. So you never know when you talk to somebody. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Christopher Johnson, welcome to our One Before Supporter Club. And Matt Mays, He also had a great power tip. Never accept wooden nickels. I mean, you know,
That goes back
when
for a long
Sophia
time.
said that, pretending to be Charlie, it's
That's
just
funny.
another Charlie story. So, you know.
Yeah.
Charlie Armstrong says, power tip, plug it in. That's a good one, too.
Julio says, I couldn't buy the Evolution Table Saw the day you dropped the video, and the next day I could. It got sold out.
Aw.
But I'm buying the skill. You'll like the skill. The skill's a very good saw.